cryptic and menacing metaphor. Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day, and in today's video, I'd like to sit back in a very not squeaky chair, relax, and have a little conversation with all of you guys about a weird product I played today. Today, we're sort of talking about unsanctioned, and more broadly about the fact that you don't have to like everything about the hobby you enjoy. You see, I had some friends over today, and in lieu of anything else to do, one of them had forgotten their deck, so we did not get to play Commander. We decided to crack out one of my unsanctioned boxes and give Silver Bordered Magic a try. For those of you who don't know, this is a silver bordered set, which means it is an unset, unserious. There are 5 half decks in here, and you're supposed to combine them together, but we decided to just play them as is and have a bit of fun with it. And for what it is, as a standalone experience, it's fine, especially if the guys you're playing with are totally chill dudes who are just into getting some extra magic in at the end of a very, very long day. But playing through Unsanctioned and experiencing Silver Bordered Magic again for the first time in years reminded me that there are definitely parts of Magic the Gathering that even if I were to ignore... Oh, Rain's picking it too. But you guys can hear that. Even if I were to ignore all the major flaws I had with Magic the Gathering, Universes Beyond, Fire Design, lackluster storytelling, etc., even if I were to ignore all that and focus purely on the gameplay aspect of Magic, there would still be things that I don't inherently like, Silver Border being one of them. I firmly believe that Silver Border Magic is a very limited kind of experience, in part due to the fact that the effects themselves by their nature, the cards themselves by their nature, aren't really something that have staying power or something that you'd like to do more than a few times. Much like other similar strange one-off kinds of gameplay. Plane Chase, Arch Enemy, for instance, those come to mind when I think of, like, fun to do once or twice, but not really something I'd like to do long term, or more than like once in a blue moon, right? The Dan format, which was very popular for a split second, that one also comes to mind. You know, gimmick formats, gimmick ways of playing the game are just things that I would like cool once or twice, but it's not something I would like to subscribe to. And, you know, as I was thinking about it, I was reminded that there are plenty of things out there that you can enjoy one or two aspects of. Maybe even one or two aspects out of many. There can be many facets to a thing that you enjoy that you just don't like. And you can still be a fan of something, only liking one or two things. And more to the point, I really want to get to the meat of this in this video, you can not be a fan of something and still like one or two things about them. You know, this comes up in the world of music, for instance, in the world of media in general, pop culture in general, but like you cannot generally be a fan of a musician, an artist, a genre, and you can still find a song or two from that category that you like, that it resonates with you. You cannot be a fan of a game series in general, and there could still be one or two titles from that game series that you like, that are really solid in your opinion. And the same thing is true for like movies. You cannot like, I don't know, I think it's fair to say that most of the Terminator films aren't great, but 1 and 2 are solid. I like them. I don't like the rest of them. So in general, am I a Terminator fan? I wouldn't say so, but I like the first 2. Not a Star Wars fan. I don't like all 100,000 entries in the Star Wars franchise, but I like the first 6. It's possible to not be a fan of something and still like a small aspect of it. I know that Star Wars one wasn't fair. Before you like dogpile me in the comments, I know that one wasn't really fair. The first 6 are, of course, the only real ones. But, you know, it's possible to only like certain aspects of a thing you enjoy, and to completely have dislike, disdain, hate, outright hate for other aspects of a hobby of yours. And that's fine. That's totally fine. And I think it's important that you come to terms with that and don't try to like, I don't know, pretend to like something you don't, or feel a need to defend your stance, because you don't have to like everything. In fact, it'd be kind of strange if you did feel like you liked everything. That would be disingenuous, I think. Being honest with yourself, being able to identify what you like and what you don't like about a hobby you have is pretty important. And, as the, let's call it, collector's landscape continues to grow, there's a lot of people out there who hop on things because it's hot, it's fresh, it's the new talking point of the day. Collectors will get into a shiny new cardboard because some content creator told them that this is the coolest piece of art ever, and they're all going to want some. Investors are going to jump into a new kind of card game, a new category, because it's the hot ticket item right now. It's going up, and it's only ever going to go up. And I didn't like it 3 weeks ago, but I like it now. Oh, that other thing that I was a huge fan of 3 weeks ago now, it's in the red, so I don't care. It's fine to chase trends. It's fine to get the hip new item. But I think it's also important to be honest with yourself and do some self-evaluation and figure out what you like and dislike about a hobby. And the reason I want to bring this up is, like, the real reason I want to bring this up is this goes back to something I was talking about in a collector video a long time ago, months ago now. It's important, I think, for you to identify what you want to collect in a given card game or in the hobby in general. Because as you build up your collection, okay, as you assemble more and more and more cards, sealed products, etc., for your personal collection, irrelevant of anything else you might be doing, if you aren't being careful, if you aren't being thoughtful with what you add to that collection, if you aren't refraining from impulse buying or grabbing the shiny new hotness, sooner or later, you'll wake up one day and go, damn, why do I have this shit? You're going to look at your binders, your boxes, your shelves, and you're going to seriously regret waking up that day and looking at what you've accumulated, the garbage you've accumulated, because you will see it as garbage. You'll wake up one day and look at these boxes, these games, these cards, and you will deeply regret it. And I think the safest way to avoid doing that is to really do some introspection now before that time hits and go, what do I like about the games I'm into? What do I enjoy? What resonates with me the strongest? And you should really laser focus on those things. It's fine to chase, there's a train, and tonight's all kinds of loud. It's fine to chase hobbies, to chase trends, to chase FOMO, if you're being smart about it and if you're chasing it because it's something you genuinely enjoy. Because that's the thing, you can totally get into something because of hype and then find that you actually legitimately enjoy it. Naruto was that way. There was a bunch of people who got into Naruto just because it was really popular, and then they ended up really liking it. Pokemon was the same way. There's a bunch of people who get into Pokemon because it was the hot new thing, and they end up enjoying it. One Piece is currently the hot new thing. I have zero doubt in my mind that there is going to be plenty of people out there who get into the One Piece card game and One Piece in general just because of the hype, and 6 months from now they are going to be die-hard One Piece fans because they just ended up really liking the series. Not all of them. Hell, not even most of them. I believe most of them will not be actively interested in One Piece in 6 months. But a few of them will be. And that's totally awesome. So, in this video, what I'm really trying to say is it's important, I think, that you come to terms with what you like and dislike about a game. And being able to identify, hey, I'm not that big a fan of silver-bordered Magic the Gathering, and I'm not a fan of unstabled or really anything else Mark Rosewater puts out. It's an important skill to have, being able to identify what does and does not resonate with you, because sooner or later, you don't want to be the one to wake up one day and suddenly find yourself with loads and loads and loads of things that you don't want in your personal collection and suddenly be straddled with the task of offloading it and getting rid of it. Because if it's not something you want in your collection, why do you have it, right? So that's really all I got for you kiddos today. I just wanted to share that little story with you and reiterate my stance and my opinion when it comes to how you organizing to accumulate your collection. And I just really think it's something important and something that you take seriously. I know it's a game, we're all in it to have fun, and everybody just wants to collect what they want to collect, but identifying what you want to collect is, I think, a super important skill. So, I'm rambling again, I'm going in circles, and I don't want to do that, so I will leave you guys with that. Please, if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Do you think Silver Border Magic the Gathering is the best thing ever? If so, why? I'm genuinely curious. But beyond that, check out the Discord where we like to have conversations. Check out the Patreon if you want to throw $1 at me. And that's all I got for you codes today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.